Yo, man, what is going on, man? Welcome back to another video. It's your boy Fat Cat. Of course, sitting next to me is
Scotty.
hey, you guys are watching Off Script, man. Where we bring you guys all kind of different dope subjects of the day, man. Mainly talking about sports, but not always. We could literally talk about anything. You know what I'm saying? Before we get into this video, man, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Make sure you hit that all button right next to that. You guys can check out all the videos that we got coming for y'all, hot off the press, along with all the live streams that we do as well, man. Literally do live streams between uh, all the the NBA finals now, and also all of the marquee games, primetime games in the NFL, man. We also do those as well. Pre-game, post-game, halftime. You know what I'm saying? We be in there. Anyway, man. Other than that, hey, that's enough of all that. By the way, can't tell I'm in my car, so if y'all hear like exhaust and all that good stuff, man, don't worry about it, man. I'm on the road. We're going off road, off scripting. We can do everything. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, other than that, man, Scotty, what are we talking about today?
The question of the day is Kyrie Irving shooting shots at LeBron? Now, mind you, he goes on. So let me give a little backstory. So he goes on Kevin Durant's new podcast. I think it's called the Boardroom Podcast or everything like that. And this is what he says. Let me put this up real quick. Here we go. So he says, this is Kyrie Irving speaking. I felt like I was the best option on every team. I've played for down the stretch. This is the first time in my career where I can say like that bleep can make that shot too. I'm going to say that again. I felt like I was the best option on every team I played for down the stretch. This is the first time in my career where I can be like that blank can make that shot too.
Do you agree? Do you disagree? I don't know
Okay.
what to do. Well, we
First
all
of
know
all,
you.
Kyrie,
Let's put this.
there's no disclaimer. There's no disclaimer. There don't need to be no disclaimer. A disclaimer does not need to be had at this moment because Kyrie Irving, let's be very clear, sir. Before LeBron came back to Cleveland, you guys had the worst winning percentage ever. You weren't even sniffing the playoffs in the East. Talk about you the best down to. What does that matter if you're not making the playoffs? What does that matter? I don't care that you can score in the last 2 minutes of a game if he does not make that shot. Let me ask you this. What is Kyrie Irving without LeBron coming back to Cleveland?
I mean, not much. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of people that need a second start.
It's not about needing a second start.
Bro,
you were irrelevant. You were irrelevant as a superstar. You were just a star. You weren't even a superstar. You were just a star on Cleveland and being horrible. Man, like, bro, it's like this. You know what this feels like? It feels like when Kanye West says he made Amber Rose. Like, nobody knew who Amber Rose was until Kanye West started dating her. And then she starts feeling herself like, yo, I'm Amber Rose. Like, were you Amber Rose before I was with you? So if fast forward to this, Kyrie Irving, there is no Kyrie Irving without LeBron James. There is no Kyrie big shot without LeBron James. He doesn't make that shot in the finals without LeBron James. He doesn't go to the finals without LeBron James. Like, what? What? Sir, sit down. Sit down. Have several seats. You don't, man, that boy, man, don't even get me going. That he has some nerve. So what happened when he went to Boston then? Didn't they go without him? But he the best option. Man, sit down somewhere. Sit down somewhere. So you.
The man simply stated that he felt like he was the best option down the stretch. He didn't say he was the best player on the team. He just said he was the best option down the stretch. When that big time shot was needed to be made, he felt like he felt like he was the best option. Now, you already know I've already told you several times about, especially that particular series, when they came back and beat the Warriors and everything else. So we've already discussed this amongst ourselves. You know what I'm saying? As far as him, like who made the big shots. You know what I'm saying? On many of LeBron's teams, not on each of LeBron's teams. You know what I'm saying? Not just Cleveland, but even Miami and things like that. We already talked about this. So if you don't know what I've said, I have stated before Kyrie. I said that he's always had somebody else to make big shots at the end of the game,
So is Kobe Bryant.
for him. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, the best play that's not taken away from him being the best player on the floor in any given series. We're just talking about making the big time clutch shots when it, to win games. So in that aspect, I kind of agree with Kyrie because we all know that KD is that guy too, and KD can make that. KD's going one, he's going to take that shot, and two, he's more than capable
What
of
happened
making.
what happened when they were up 3-1 against the what happened when they were up 3-1 against the Thunder? That don't count? Oh, okay. Let's just forget about
It
that.
does count.
Let's just forget about that.
You you always bank on it's a make or miss league. It's it's part of basketball. Like he's not nobody said that you're gonna win them all, but what he's saying is he feels like he is the best option or he's the one who takes the big time shots when it matters. Not saying that you're gonna make them, but you're gonna win them. But he's the one willing to take it. You know what I'm saying? And hit them and actually make them. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, we all know KD's been there before. Kyrie's done it, obviously. You know what I'm saying? I mean, LeBron has started. He's done it a couple times as well. But in the finals and things like that, like I said, he's proved his point. Now, I would say this. Now, Kyrie has also went on record to say he wasn't taking shots at LeBron, which we all know that's BS. We all know that's BS. And the reason why I would say that, and the reason why I think he said it, is because he's always resented LeBron. Not necessarily. I don't think he's actually resented LeBron as a person, but when he was in Cleveland, he wasn't getting any respect other than, you know what I'm saying, you're only doing well because of LeBron. Same thing you just said right now.
That's the truth. That is the God-forsaken truth.
But that's it. But that's literally, bro, you could go down the line of superstars that have done the same thing, bro. Like, that's the reason why they're forming super teams now. Who does not form super teams?
Let
Everybody.
me shut all this down because that's not true. That is not true. Kevin Garnett in Minnesota took his team to the playoffs by himself.
Did he win?
No, listen. No, we're not even talking about winning. We're not even talking about Kyrie couldn't even get Cleveland in the East in the playoffs. He couldn't even do that. I could respect Kyrie if he put the team on his back and got him. Even Kobe Bryant got his team without Shaq to the playoffs. He didn't win, but he got it to the playoffs. And that's in the West. Kyrie couldn't do it in the East. But he's supposed to be special all of a sudden. You only have that moment because of LeBron. Like, you didn't have that moment because of you. Like, because if that was the case, it would be different if he was like, oh, I didn't need LeBron. I was taking the Cleveland to the playoffs by myself. Now, if you wanted LeBron to get him over the hump, cool. Got it. Understandable. Hey, LeBron, come over here. Get us over the hump. That's what most teams do. Like even like the Philadelphia 76ers, they can't get over the hump. So they're like, hey, we need somebody to get us over the hump. At least they're making the playoffs. But Kyrie wasn't even doing that. So I can't give him none of this because you don't have that moment. You're not iconic because of you. You're iconic because LeBron put you in that position to make it to the finals. So you telling me, so he leaves. Y'all don't even. What happens then? He leaves. Then what? Nothing. Cleveland's back to being at the basement.
Well, again, I would say this. The reason why he made that statement is because he's always resented the image of LeBron. I don't think he has anything personal against LeBron, but he's going to continue to take shots because, you know what I'm saying, the media has basically put them together. Like back when they used to ask him about, oh, like a father figure and all this shit, and Kyrie was like, what? What are you talking about? I got one father. So from things like that, man, like when he used to go sit down in the press conference, and I think he used to get pressed because they used to always ask him a lot of questions about LeBron and him being a father figure to him and all this other BS and everything else. And I think a lot of that shit built up resentment towards LeBron. Not personally, but just the image of what LeBron is, because that's what they always focused on. So, you know what I'm saying? So personally, I think that's what it was. He's been in his feelings for a long time with that. So when he made that statement, I believe it was. I guarantee you, it had something to do with that, man. Because he still holds a lot of that inside. You can tell. You know what I'm saying? So
I agree with you on that because even every team that you're on with LeBron, if you lose, it's your fault. If you win, it's LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no getting around that narrative. So like
right,
LeBron gets all the praise, but yeah, I mean he does get criticized. He gets scrutinized a lot, but then he also they scrutinize his teammates even more because they're like, well, if you just helped LeBron more, if you did more of what LeBron was doing, then you would
he
all
needs more
this.
help. He need
Yeah,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
So I get that.
But
My
so
my whole thing
I do
is
think that.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go. I've been rambling. Go ahead.
No. So I mean, the only thing I was going to say is, so I do think that he was basically. I do think it was a shot. Although he was trying to recant it and be like, nah, it wasn't a shot at LeBron. But I do think because now he's playing with another bona fide suit. Because in Boston, he didn't really play with a bona fide superstar. He was playing with up and comers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even what's the name, Jason Tatum.
Tatum, yeah.
Right, it was up and comers. So now he's playing with another bona fide superstar. That he's definitely gonna be like, oh yeah, well this guy's better than that guy, or at least I know that he could make that shot. You know what I'm saying? So it was a definite jab. You know what I'm saying? Definite shot, saying that I'm playing with another superstar that that can make a shot at the end of the game. You know what I'm
Make
saying?
big
But
shots. Yeah. Go ahead.
at the end of the day, you still got to be put in that position. So for literally 44 minutes, you know what I'm saying? Like this guy's done everything, and the last 4 minutes are okay. Fine, you take those big shots, but you still need those other 44 minutes to be put in that position. You know what I'm
It's like this for me, right? Like it's like if you put anybody in a movie with Will Smith, right? You get notoriety not because you're a great actor, it's because you're in the movie with Will Smith. Same thing with Denzel Washington. Same thing with, let's say, a Martin Lawrence or a Jamie Foxx or, you know, Eddie Murphy. Like, you make your name off of somebody else giving you the platform to do that. And I feel like there is no I want to be like Kyrie without LeBron coming back to Cleveland and putting him on the biggest stage possible. Like, don't get me wrong, everybody knew Kyrie was a great player. He's in his bag, but he wasn't a winner. People like winners. It's the same thing with Kemba Walker. Like people respect Kemba because like he took Charlotte to the playoffs. You're like, man, he took Charlotte to the playoffs. Charlotte. One time, but he took them. Kyrie couldn't even do that. So what I'm saying is like you're feeling yourself because you're in a position now where you're looked at as a superstar. Because before that big shot, you were just a great player. Then you become iconic with the big shot, step back, overstep, all that. That's cool. But you got to respect the platform you was put on by the guy who put you there, who galvanized the team to get you there. Like that's the thing that like. So I'm like, for me, it's like being on a team with Jordan. Like, will I ever disrespect Jordan for getting me 6 rings? No. You know what I'm saying? Like I was riding Jordan's coattails. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it, man. That's like Steve Kerr saying, man, if it wasn't for me in that game 6, knocking down that shot, I don't know where we would be. You be like, come on, bro. Like, really? Really? So, I don't know, man. That really
saying? It is what it is, man. He definitely took a jab, definitely took a shot. But like I said, I mainly think it came more out of resentment towards the image of what LeBron is than actually like trying to take a shot at him, saying that he can't play ball or that he doesn't take, saying that he can't make big shots. That's what I think that came from. Especially now that he got another sidekick in Kevin Durant that is another bona fide superstar. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. Hey, man, but that's what we're saying. What do y'all think, man? Comment down below. Let us know what y'all think. Did he take a shot at LeBron? Is it just resentment, or does he really think that he is with somebody who could take shots or big time shots, not just shots, but big time shots down the stretch, and he felt like he never really had that before? What do y'all think, man? Let us know.
Man,
Comment down below.
Kyrie couldn't lead a Boy Scout club. Man, he ain't no man. That boy, man, get out of here, bro.